Hi, this is Mary McNeely with the Butterfly Creative, and you're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thanks for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. I didn't mean business day. I meant Cyber Monday shopping.
It is Cyber Monday shopping. We know a lot of folks, I think like 7 billion people will log on today to shop on Cyber Monday. And what does that mean?
Well, what they don't know could hurt them.
Absolutely. We brought in Red Team USA to talk about cybersecurity. We have Alf Gizzo. Hi, Alf. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
And Frank Hare. Welcome.
Thank you for having us here.
Thanks for having us, or thanks for being in the studio with us to talk about, we talk about cybersecurity. I think, gentlemen, that when I open up my computer and I go online and I'm shopping and I'm looking at videos and I'm opening emails and downloading, I don't realize how much I'm putting myself or perhaps even my company at risk because I'm doing this on my company computer. Frank, give me some background about what is cybersecurity? Why is this so important?
Cybersecurity is actually, these days, referred to as information handling. There's 2 different levels of it. First of all, it's the physical, of how we handle the information within our offices, and also electronically, or how electronic data is transferred from point A to point B, whether it be from one computer to another computer. One of the important things we need to remember is that it's no longer 1995 or 2000 where you could get on the computer and we can just go somewhere and we were always looking for free things to download. This is a very dangerous environment now. And what we have to be aware of primarily is we're at war. Where even though the bombs are not being dropped on us every day, the
Department. Yeah, it does not feel like war. It feels like a game.
No,
right.
But this, to encapsulate this, is that what our enemies are looking at is how they can get to us on an individual level, so we can die of 1,000 cuts, as an example. So if you have a computer and if it's not protected, what can easily happen is that they can slide in the back door of your computer. Because
hackers or spammers?
Well, they're robots primarily, or they're bots is what we call them. When a computer comes from a factory, it doesn't know if your little grandma just wants to do email or you're a rocket scientist that wants to send something to the moon or Mars or whatever's out there. So it's up to the individual or to a corporation to put security processes in place in order to stop these hackers from getting into the machine. Virtually, there's 65,000 open doors and windows in a computer, and the average user only needs to have 5.
Our guests today are Frank Hare and Alf Gizzo with Red Team USA, and they're specialists in cybersecurity, network and data security. And Alf, let me ask you. Frank just painted a picture that we're at war and that we have people who are malicious. With malicious intent, seeking out to invade our personal interest, our whatever you call it, your property on your computers, and yet I think in large part we suffer from the ostrich syndrome. We stick our heads in the sand and say, "Hear no evil, see no evil, therefore there must be no evil."
Yeah, why would anybody want my stuff?
Yeah, it can't happen to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Alf, what's going on?
Well, you probably have heard of somebody, or maybe even yourself, that has gotten some type of even ransomware. I was a victim of it on my little laptop at my home, ransomware. It froze up my computer until I bought their software. To make it run so I could get back to Windows.
Right.
So even something as small as that.
It's like a virus kind of a thing. I mean, that's what I usually hear with those type of terminologies.
Well, virus is sort of a generic term.
Right.
It's very archaic.
You'd call that ransomware or malware. And we have those malware definitions on our computers if we've downloaded recent definitions, but they're still months old. You know, a cyber hacker, they're so creative and they're so quick to come up with stuff.
And that's the thing, Alf, is they are so creative. They're spending all of their time and resources figuring out, how do I get in, how do I take over? And here we are, just passive users on the receiving end, can we protect ourselves? Really? Can we keep up?
We can keep up, but it's through education. I mean,
Right.
you really need to take that holistic viewpoint and see, well, it's education, it's policy, it's technology, it's how we operate, it's looking at who's sending me this email,
Right.
why is there this attachment? This doesn't really look like it's coming from the person,
Okay.
They
my
look
friend.
so real.
Yeah,
They do, they
absolutely.
do.
Okay, so Frank, he just brought up the fact that it takes education. This is where Red Team USA comes in, right?
Yes.
You guys are offering all kinds of seminars and education pieces to society.
Well, at redteamusa.com, we have a list of activities for education. We have a different theme every month. 1 month would be for doctors, medical professions, HIPAA laws. Another month would be involved with the legal profession. Another month would be CPAs, continuing education, and so on. We also go into the corporate level and educate the executives that they need to take a real proactive stance now on how data is being handled in their companies. As an example, in the past, you would hire an IT professional, that person would be there, and would recommend what kind of products or safeguards to take. That's no longer should be the case, because if there is a mistake that's done, let's say in the IT arena, and that there is a breach of information or, let's say, of any type of intellectual property, it's the executive now who is culpable and it stands at risk. So we go in, we do a vulnerability test of how accessible that their systems are to outside forces that are trying to attack. We also do penetration tests from the outside to see how easy it is to get in from the outside.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, Alf, when we were talking just before we went live, we heard a little bit about, sometimes we can be visiting another country inadvertently, unknownst to us, and yet sometimes we're giving away our personal information.
Yes, you could be tricked, especially today on Cyber Monday.
Right.
You're looking for the best price for that
Right.
flat screen.
Yeah.
And you're
linking and you're clicking
exactly, and you're going to some website that may be in Eastern Europe
Are there
or China.
Okay. Are there some
Yes,
web browsers that are more inclined in that direction?
That's right. Firefox, Mozilla Firefox has
That's what I use.
that has a plugin.
But I have a Mac, so I'm protected, right?
Not
No.
no. So you think that, but it's those exact plugins and applications that you've downloaded to your browser that do have vulnerabilities that the cyber criminals can exploit.
So Frank, we were talking about one of those plugins for Firefox
Right.
that actually sends a flag and lets you know.
Well, it's a plug-in flag,
Right.
And it's one of them is called FlagFox, and that what it does is that when you go and you visit a particular website, it tells you what country that URL is in. So if you see a Chinese flag on there, obviously you don't want to start filling out things. But what I'd like to say is this: is that when we're talking about where all of the danger is coming from, we've got battalions of Chinese that are doing nothing else than sitting down and attempting to break into our systems. The average person, such as yourself, not that you're average, radio personalities,
way below.
But the thing is, you see, you're just collateral damage in all of this, and they're sending out these bots and they're looking for the open ports to come into, and they can actually. Once they get into your system, you go, well, what have I got to hide? Well, the thing is that they can take your address book, and what's in your address book may be your doctor's address,
Right.
your doctor's information, your financial information, and they can actually start sending then to your doctor, to your CPA, information that looks like it's from you.
And ignorance is no excuse anymore. We're doing so much online. Everything that we do, it's either on our computer or on our phones. We're banking, we're shopping, we're
that's right.
sending medical information, making appointments, all on our computers. We have to be educated. We have to protect ourselves. And it really is on us to protect ourselves and then to educate our employees. redteamusa.com is the website. And you offer all of these training tools to companies.
Yes, and there's also some free information on there, forums and so on that you can download, and you can actually walk through your company and see what the vulnerabilities are. Of course, we have the professionals that come in. We have two CISSP fellows that are working with us. And that's
what?
Well, CISSP is Computer Information Security Professionals.
I knew that.
And that's just the highest level of security you can get. And one's an attorney, so we can actually put together policies for a whole company. And also, once we go and we find out what the vulnerabilities are, we have solutions that we can put into place.
And Frank, one of the services that Red Team USA offers is coming into a corporation and doing an overview or an analysis.
Right. We have low-cost risk assessments. It doesn't cost anything for us to come in and look around, maybe test on a machine or so. In fact, I would like to offer you that service here to see how safe your computers are.
Oh, I think Angel should do that.
Angel should.
Absolutely.
Angel should. All right. The website, redteamusa.com. Redteamusa.com. Final words of wisdom, what we should be thinking about today as we go online and we're shopping around, Alf.
When you are starting to fill out a form to enter your credit card, make sure that URL says HTTPS.
Yes.
And so that S is a secure link.
Do not put your credit card if there's no S.
That's right. Don't put your credit card in, or use your PayPal account because
there's some firewalls or protections.
Yes, there's some security. Yeah, right.
Stone walls.
I love it. Frank, Alf, thank you both so much for being with us
today.
Welcome. We appreciate
thank you.
it. Absolutely. Folks, go to redteamusa.com right now and fill out their form. Guarantee it's going to be secure. And, let them know that you're interested in your own security. And if you are a mid-level IT kind of a person or you work for a corporation, you need to make sure that this goes all the way to the top. So you can always download this this segment and make sure that your CEO gets a copy of
Lots of videos on there, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. When we return, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.